Now we discuss the subjectively deduced objective morality. That's the most contradictory uh, grouping of words that I've ever had. But if you consider, there's 5 words: subjectively deduced, objective reality. Yeah, where something is subjective but objective. How can that be? Yeah. Now this kind of again solves the mystery of morality, whether morality is something that is God given or something that we all have, and it has to be both. That's why you say subjectively induced, as in when you look, you're gonna deduce morality as if it's something that has been objectively compiled or defined. Just like when you look at Orion, you're gonna deduce Orion, whether you've been told that that's Orion or not, the constellation in the sky. Examples will come up in your life, and when you look at them, you will deduce a morality as if it was made to be that way, as if there's an objective definition of it. So this means, what does this mean? Do we need the Almighty to have morality? Yeah. Well, if it's something that we all conclude, if it's something where we all conclude the same way, yeah, then we got to say that who made that is a phenomenon. Yeah, who made it that way? Yeah. Then you could have many answers to that. You could say, well, our consciousness was designed to deduce morality that way, as part of some evolution driven survival mechanism. Yeah, we merged a way of assessing situations that would lead to a moral code. So but then you say, well, some situations that we're experiencing in today's world would never have experienced 10,000 years ago. Like when you look on when you're on social media, and you experience different things, or when you're playing computer games you experience different things. There are different scenarios that we would have never faced 10,000 years ago, or 2,000 years ago, something like that, but we still appear to have the same moral fabric of fiber. Yeah, so does this mean that morality uh, is evolved? Yeah, and I'm one of those scientists that basically looks at the evolution process as the mechanism that the Almighty uh, used. Yeah, one of the mechanisms that He used to bring us here, because I believe that the flow of time used to be different when our awareness of it was different. So if you take evolution and you take it to the time of Adam, who didn't understand time, the processes you see in evolution would have been going so fast that it would have happened in a flash of a second. Like, you know what I mean? Like turning, and then there's a new theory I'm working with, which is to do with energy, how energy can't be created or destroyed. So that means the energy in the universe was never created. It arrived when it was already formed. That means there's no energy that was created in the universe. It arrived in the universe when it had already been made. So it was made somewhere else and arrived in the universe. Because when it's in the universe, we know that nothing in the universe can be created or destroyed. So to have things in the universe, you have to bring them in there when they're already made. In which case you You could as well say you could have brought the planets in there when they are already made. You could have brought the animals in there when they're already made. So that's what the laws of thermodynamics tell us. But anyway, back to the subjectively deduced objective morality. Yeah, so basically, whenever we deduce a moral standpoint, wherever you see a situation that asks you to think of uh, your moral values, yeah, you always deduce it the same way if you haven't been conditioned. Yeah, so they are sets of moral values that we share with animals. you know, um, or social animals, and even animals who live in solitary conditions uh, have a set of morality which is appears to be driven by evolution, but then evolution um, appears to be driven by what? Why evolution? Why does evolution happen? Yeah. So you can't just say it just does. Why does it happen? You know, if you say it just does, then that's just a cop out, because I mean, things don't just happen. There's going to be a reason behind it. The whole point of coming up with evolution is because you believe there's a reason behind how we got here. But what's the reason behind the reason behind why we got it, how we got here? Why does evolution happen? Why do the laws of nature happen? Yeah, you're still back to square one. So why does morality happen? Because of evolution. But why does evolution happen? Because of what? So if we've been wired to deduce morality the same way, yeah, can this be proven? So people who believe that being with underage children is wrong, yeah, I will challenge you, yeah, by saying, if you were not indoctrinated in Christian morality, would you have believed that? If you had grown up in these regions in the world where they marry at 8, if you had grown up in that society and had been indoctrinated by their religion, would you think that having sex with an underage child is wrong? So that's why I have looked at atheism and I said, right, there's atheists have flavors. There's Christian atheists who have been indoctrinated in Christianity but choose not to believe, although they instinctively believe, but their choice is not to. There's other like Hindu atheists, Muslim atheists. You have to add the religion where they came from, because that would describe to you the morality that's been indoctrinated in them. Yeah, people are shocked, yeah, by pedophilia, but only if they've been Christians in the past. People who've been in other religion do not see that as a moral wrong. Remember that. It's because of your Christianity that you see that as a moral wrong. Now, if you had been in nature and you looked at a small child like an animal, yeah, you subjectively deduce morality that's the same for every animal of your type in your grouping. You see a baby lion and your male lion, a baby lioness. You're not gonna have sex with her, yeah, until she's in heat. you see, you see what I mean? Yeah. So, is it a deduced morality or is it just practicality? Is practicality, what's the relationship between pragmatism and reality? Yeah, that also needs to be examined. Is morality a phenomenon that emerges from pragmatism? Yeah, if we look at evolution and then we relate ourselves to animals, reality could also be seen as a phenomenon that arises from pragmatism. Yeah, then if that's the case, then animals seem to be saying as soon as she drops an egg, you can fuck that one. Yeah, yeah. But when you're Christian, you say you wait till 18. We never used to. In these Christian nations, they never used to wait till 18. That's a recent thing that they came up with when they think too hard. But again, pragmatism will win through. So it depends on necessity, yeah, and when necessity is there, then morality gives way to pragmatism. But if pragmatism is the same as morality, then morality will always be there, even when there's necessity and desperation. Yeah. So I'll call this the subjectively deduced objective morality. Yeah. It's subjective, but because it emerges the same object all the time, metaphysical object, you have to say it's subjective and objective. Okay.